So in this video, we're going to have a look at how InDesign users can use an AI engine. So I'm going to use Copilot here, but things like ChatGPT, Grok, and various others can be used really to enhance your work and to kind of maybe augment it, I suppose, to a level that you maybe couldn't do before. The example I'm going to use here is GREP styles. And GREP styles are something that not everybody's comfortable writing. They can be fiddly and tricky to write. Quite often, I find most InDesign users will tend to go and download grep styles or browse through forums or websites to find a grep style that does what they need rather than have to write one themselves because they are just fiddly to write, for want of a better description. What we're going to do is look at how you can use a grep style and actually have the AI engine write it. So I've got a couple of pages of content in here. There's only 4 pages here. And a grep style really isn't really lending itself to that. The idea behind a grep style is to auto format content over tens, if not hundreds of pages, but 4 will give us enough for an example. And what I want to do here is find all the email addresses in these pages. And I've hidden kind of 6 or 7 email addresses in among the lorem ipsum content there. And I want to find those email addresses and then format them differently so they stand out a little bit. So in my case, to make it really obvious, I'm going to make them both bold and change the color to red. Now, the way you do that is really through the styles. And what I've done is I've applied a paragraph style here called body copy to all of this content. So it's applied right the way through. But I've also created a character style here. Now, the character style I've called bold red. And as the name says, it literally just turns text bold and red. It doesn't do anything else. That's all it does. So it doesn't change the font face, the size, or anything else. It literally just makes it bold and red. I haven't applied the character style to anything, because what I'm going to do is apply it through the paragraph style. And the way I do that is I right click on body copy and I edit the body copy and bring it up here. And you'll notice about 2/3 of the way down on the left hand side here, there is an option there for grep style, which I'm going to click on. Now, the way a grep style is applied, you can do a new grep style here. And effectively what you're doing is you are applying a character style. So if I click in here where it says none, I can choose this character style called bold red that I made earlier, or I could do a new one if I wanted to. I'll choose the bold red one, and you're applying it to the text that matches this pattern. Now, I'm just going to delete those couple of characters there, but you can build patterns using these various markers. So you've got wildcards, things like any digit, any letter, etc. You can have certain types of break characters and various other variables, etc. So you build a pattern like that. Now, these patterns, as I mentioned before, are fiddly. You might spend a long time building one for email addresses, and then you might find it only matches the pattern.com, or it only matches first name dot surname, but it doesn't work when it's first name hyphen surname, or maybe just first name only. It doesn't work. So we want one that matches everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to flick over to Copilot here, which is the AI system that comes with Microsoft Windows. And we're going to ask it to make us a grep style. So down here, I will type in, write me a grep pattern for Adobe InDesign to match email addresses. Match a wide range of email addresses. Let's just make it a bit clearer. So write me a grep pattern for Adobe InDesign to match a wide range of email addresses. And we will hit the arrow just to get it doing that. Now, while it's doing that, just to make it clear, grep patterns, when you build them like this, won't always work perfectly every time. You know, it does depend on how you phrase the question, and sometimes you will find you'll pull one out, it may not work at all, or it may only work for some of the emails and not recognize others. And you might have to go back in there and rephrase the question. We've kept it pretty simple there on the question, and it has written us a grep pattern there. So I'm just going to copy that with the little copy button there. Flick back over to InDesign, and back over in here, this is where we're going to apply it. So we're applying the bold red character style to text which matches this grep pattern. Copy it into there, paste it into there rather, and then just click OK. And you can see down in the page here, it has picked out some of the email addresses. Now, hasn't picked them all out. I know there's 2 or 3 more in there, which I can see, and it has done a tell. I just hadn't refreshed quickly enough, so it has picked them all out. I was about to say we're going to have to go tweak the grep pattern, but we don't have to. It's simply needed to refresh on the page. So you can see there's kind of 4 on there and another 3 down here, and it's picking out those. And if I was to go type another one down here, and we'll maybe just go in there and do info@highlander.co.uk, and you can see It's picking it out straight away. And that would, if this was a longer document with hundreds of pages in, that would have now auto formatted all the email addresses right throughout there. If you wanted to test it really clearly, what you could do is on a blank page, put in email addresses in a number of different formats and just make sure it picks them all out nicely and formats them all. But it looks, from what I can see on here, as though it is working pretty well with all of these. And you can see quite a few formats. We've got a first name dot surname. We've got a first name only. We've got .org.uk. There's a .net. There's a .com. Come down here, you've got a first name hyphen surname, or in this case, info hyphen requests. Again, different range of kind of addresses in there. So that's using GREP patterns within paragraph styles to apply a character style to certain text, and a really nice, quick, easy way to write them. You could use that to write GREP patterns for, I've done an email address there, but you could use it for things like telephone numbers for formatting them. You could use it for prices, that kind of stuff. So there's a wide range of kind of case uses for GREP styles. Hopefully you found that useful. If you did, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next tutorials. And don't forget to share it with anybody else that you think will find it helpful. Thanks a lot for watching.